Welcome, folks, to the great state of Idaho. I got my old buddy Bill Wilson. Another episode of the Gun Guys. We're going to be talking about a new product. I decided I had to kind of dress for the occasion for the Idaho effect. And one of your old buddies, a mutual buddy of ours, was a guy named Larry Bullock. God rest his soul, has passed on. But Larry had a great line: big hat, no cattle. So I wanted you to get the fact. Yeah. Now, what we're going to talk about today is a new gun, a new entry into the X9 family. And it's called the SFT9. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how this one came about.
Okay, first off, the SFT9, that's solid frame track pattern.
Okay.
And so 9mm obviously on the 9. And so what's different from, most of the previous ones, with the exception of the Experior, it's got the track pattern texturing front and back, which gives you, a tremendous grip on the gun. The gun just doesn't move in your hand. Continuing the evolution of the what we call the X9 series, what's different about the SFT9 is on the grip frame, it's just the texture. On the top end, it's basically the same top end that we put on the Experior series. It's got multiple locking lug barrel with a standard round top, internal extractor slide,
bushing,
and this particular one is the commander size. It's the 4 1/4 inch with a bushing barrel. So this is basically a 15 round 4 1/4 inch commander series size gun. And nice thing about this gun is it becomes very controllable because of this texture and the thin grip. Personally, I like the solid frame models because of how thin they are. This is the same as the SFX9. It's a 1 inch 0.15 wide, just slightly over an inch wide. And so the flatness of the frame, and this kind of texture, it allows you to get more meat on the gun, and the gun has less tendency to want to turn in your hand compared to a gun that the grip is a little more round, like say a Browning High Power or the original X9 series guns.
I'm a bit of a traditionalist, I have to admit. On the regular standard X9, you've got that X-Tac pattern of grasping grooves. This, you kind of went back to more of the traditional 1911 groove, and I like that better. Matter of fact, I got one. I've been shooting this gun now for probably somewhere in the neighborhood of a few months, and I've really taken a liking to it. And what I've discovered is that just for the cycling, I prefer this surface over it's just kind of personal appearance. It's kind of more traditional looking. I thought with the 2-lug barrel, the traditional lockup barrel, it might be softer shooting than the cone barrel X9 version. Truth of the matter is, I can't tell any difference.
Yeah, it's pretty much a wash.
And the guns I got mine with a standard Wilson fixed battle sight, which I prefer. But obviously your adjustable sight model will work. If you order, you'll get the adjustable one if you think it's necessary.
The standard sight on it's going to be this fixed sight.
Yeah, and if I understand correctly, this is a DLC finish on the steel slide.
Yeah. All the X9 series guns now have a DLC slide.
Which means you're not going to see any holster wear, so to speak.
Yeah, they'll even survive Kydex pretty well. And with leather, I don't think you'll see really any holster wear.
And I'm like you, I tend to carry the 15 round mag in the gun with around the chamber, so I got 16. And my spare magazine is the 18 round magazine. So with 18 and one in the chamber, it's a 19 round gun. That's a pretty good package for a gun of this size as far as a concealable carry gun. And quite honestly, this configuration would be just fine as a duty gun. And certainly a lot smaller and a lot more compact than a lot of the current guns on the market today. By the way, I've never cleaned it since they got it. I do keep it lubed, and you can see there's a little crud growing in it, but it has worked out. Of course, I'm a gold bead guy. I know they come standard with the fiber optic, but I stepped up to the gold bead, which is my favorite. And the guns are more accurate than I am.
Oh yeah, we've had excellent, luck with accuracy of all the X9 series guns. They all shoot real well. I wouldn't say this one shoots, better or worse than any of the other variants. And the standard front sight is the red fiber. I mean, you can get the green fiber, you get the gold bead, or you can get tritium. You have different choices.
Obviously, we've talked about, the people that are, shall we say, I call them the 1%ers, the people that are really into shooting. A lot of them now have stepped up to the plate and said they want to go to a red dot. And obviously you offer that product line, and this is basically the gun we're talking about, the SFT9, but with your true zero system. And this is a Leupold
Delta point.
Delta point. And the interesting thing, I don't know if people realize, the adapter plate, if you use one, is the weak link in any pistol design when you put a red dot on it. And here's one which I think is interesting, that's got the adapter plate where people can see. If you look at you can show them the size of the screws that are used. There's 3, I don't know what size those are, but what's their cap?
Probably 640s.
640s. There's 3 of them that mount this on. It's contoured beautifully, and you've got a windage adjustable rear sight, fixed rear sight on it for your backup sight system. I think most people aren't really acquainted with the True Zero system. And of course, this one, as I see, is marked. It's for a RMR. And if you kind of look, compared to other people's adapter plates, just the size of the mounting screws that mount it to the gun is substantially more robust than most of them on the market. If I was going to go down the road and I wanted a red dot on a gun like this is clearly the system I would want to utilize. Now, if you I trust you make this for the Acro, this True Zero that's got kind of like the pick rail component for the Acro.
Yeah, I think we have the footprint for the RMR, the SRO, the Acro, and the Leupold.
Well, and I have to be honest with you, Bill, one of the things that I have become somewhat fond of is, in my gun, if you look at the SF frame configuration, there's not quite as much hump back here as there is on the original X9. And for my hand size, actually it fits me better. The hump on the standard X9 for me is a little higher, so it's in this hollow. So actually I get a better grip with this frame than I do with the other. I can shoot the other one just fine, but I'm like you. Since I've got it and I've been shooting it, I have really taken a liking to this pistol. Obviously it's going into my carry rotation. I've shot it quite a bit since I've got it. I've never had a bobble, and it shoots great, and a great gun.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I think it's a nice addition to the X9 family.
Yeah. Cool. I think you guys got a chance to see a new product. Anyway, cool new gun. The X9 family continues to grow. Check them out. I think if you're interested in a nice, high-capacity 9mm pistol with all the pluses of a 9mm, say 1911, as far as great trigger, controls, all the features, this is pretty hard to beat. Remember, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments you want to post in the comment section, we'd like to hear it. And we're going to go to the range here a minute, Bill, and put some bullets down range with these.
I'm ready.
Folks, stay safe. See you the next time.